And what challenges would someone face when running clinical trials in these two countries?
Yeah, in the Netherlands, actually, I would say that the submission process as it is now can be quite slow. And that's because at this moment we still have to wait. Well, we have approval from ethics committees and health authorities. We have to wait until local hospital board of directors give their approval as well, and that might take some time. But that should improve actually when we have the new portal available.
Yeah.
The general idea in the Netherlands is to change the way of routing. So the board of directors approval will be moved a bit forward and maybe is more integrated in the whole process, and that should bring us up to speed with the rest of Europe. So for now it is see how it works and get hospitals and research departments getting comfortable with it, and then it should work.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So for Belgium, actually, they are quite fast at the moment already. The thing in Belgium, what difference from the Netherlands is that they you have to submit to health authority, central ethics committee, and local ethics committees all at the same time. And if I'm informed correctly, then the local board of directors approvals will sort of disappear. So that will make submissions in Belgium easier as well.
Okay, so one less step and then things could be...
It can be a lot of work to submit to so many ethics committees at the same time.
Of course.
All have the same demands and questions. So
yeah.
Yep.
That's good. We hope for the best. Yeah. Let's move on to actually let's expand a little bit more on the regulatory settings for medical devices, IVDs. Could you enlighten us just a little bit more on these two?
Yeah, so the new portal is only for drug studies.
Okay.
No. So for the Netherlands, they are splitting the two ways up into so the new portal, which goes through the European pathway, and we will still have our medical devices and in vitro diagnostics to be sort of submitted in the old way, and that means we still need to submit to health authority and ethics committees. That's not really true, actually. We will have to submit to the competent authority, and they will decide if we need to submit to an ethics committee as well. So it changes a little bit, but yeah, so you have two pathways actually to follow.
Yeah. Okay. And what about for drug studies?
Yeah, so the new system will give us a central part of approval and a national part of approval. So the central one will be in the whole of Europe the same, and for the local, there are a special package of local documents you need to submit. In this case, will go to the competent authorities, and they will appoint an ethics committee as well. And those are documents like, well, the local based information forms, things like insurance. In the Netherlands, we have a special document which is called VGO.
Okay.
Submit as well. So those are more the national, the local documents. Yeah, but I think both countries, both Netherlands and Belgium, are well organized, and their competent authorities do have special departments dealing with different kinds of studies, and they have websites that are quite useful and informative if you want to find anything which has to do with submissions. Yeah.
That's really helpful. And what about the timelines? What timelines can we expect for competent authorities and ethics committees?
Yeah, so Belgium, like I think we talked about already, Belgium is quite fast. Belgium has, especially for phase one, a real fast timeline. The review will be within 15 days, which is really fast.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is actually. That's not the case for the Netherlands, unfortunately.
Okay.
So in the Netherlands, if you do studies, it's sort of divided into two. I mentioned already. So drug studies, in general, it would take 3 months. And there's a clock stop, so it might take longer if you take a long time answering questions from an ethics committee. And medical devices and in vitro diagnostics will take 2 months with a clock stop.
Yeah.
So in Belgium, it's the phase one in 15 days, and other trials actually at this moment, I think it's 28 days.
Yeah.
But if I'm correctly informed, then they will go to 2 months for drug studies as well when we enter the new portal phase.
Very interesting. And how is the patient reimbursement for these countries?
Okay. Well, actually, the real patient reimbursement is only there for phase one studies.
Okay.
Healthy volunteers, more or less. So our phase one units, they actually pay a fee, and this is made up of the impact it has on a person's actual life. So if you have to give up some days on work, your compensation might be higher. But that's something an ethics committee will look really thoroughly at, because they don't want people to, well, sell their body and health for money. So so it's only actually in phase one, and in other studies, especially in the Netherlands, there will be only travel reimbursements.
Okay.
And parking fees. In Belgium, it's a bit less strict, I think, because there you also get compensation for expenses incurred, next to the time you spend on travel, not the time, but the cost you spend on travel and parking. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, thanks, René. These are all really great points for those considering Netherlands and Belgium for clinical trials. So to summarize, what would you say for any sponsors considering Netherlands or Belgium as a hub?
Okay, well, like I said before, both Netherlands and Belgium are quite small countries, relatively small areas, in which you find many hospitals, many research sites. In this small area, you find a lot of key opinion leaders, a lot of knowledge, a lot of research professionals. And also in this small area, because it's so dense, you will find a lot of potential patients. So those are, I think, really good things to have for your clinical study.
Yeah.
I would say you have an excellent cost quality profile. We have smart people with high interest in clinical research, and I think there's a great working attitude in both countries, a great work culture. So things like reliability, punctuality, open communication, honesty, I think those are traits you find in these countries which might really benefit for your study.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm glad you could shed a little bit of light for those who've considered coming to these two countries and they haven't had the chance yet or the opportunity. I mean, it's great that you highlighted all these key points, and we can only hope that people start to bring their clinical trials to Netherlands and Belgium. Thank you so much. It was lovely having you today. And we hope our viewers find this video interesting. And in case of any comments or any other questions you have for René or for ourselves, just put them in the comments. Thank you, and we look forward to the next interview. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.